Welcome to this episode of Mom Talk. Today we have our first repeat guest back with us, Amy Painter.
Hi.
And as promised, we have her girls with us too. So welcome, Auburn and Abbie. Thank y'all.
Thank you.
We said last time that we were going to talk about Auburn's wedding and Abbie being in school. So I'm going to rewind what? Auburn, you've been almost married a year now.
Yes, almost a year in June.
That's crazy.
I know.
Okay, so if we rewind a year and a half, is that when we got engaged?
Yes, in August of 2022.
August 2022. Official planning commenced.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you were a senior in college?
Yes.
Because you also recently graduated.
Yes, I graduated in May. So I was a senior in college.
And Abbie, what were you doing a year and a half ago?
Was I a freshman? Was I a sophomore? I was a freshman.
Okay, I can't keep
planning
up with
an
your
engagement.
Years. Okay, you were
I love how you were planning the engagement.
Oh yeah, okay. Let's hear about the engagement. I want to hear everybody's involvement in this.
I feel like Jordan's family did a lot of the engagement. They kind of just said, hey, y'all want to come?
Yes, Jordan called us and was like, hey, I'm going to propose. It's going to be during family vacation week. Can you guys get away and come down? But I need you to hide out until the day it's going to happen.
So y'all went to Florida, right?
We went to Florida. We hid out for a couple of days. My kids will tell you I don't lie to them. And we lied our tails off.
We sure did.
Auburn, did you know anything?
No, they told me they were going to Kentucky to see their friends. And I was just hanging out in Florida.
Right. Why would you doubt that?
Yeah.
Right.
Because they don't lie to you.
No. I was just like, okay, have fun.
Our location.
I'll be at the beach.
Oh yeah, what about sharing locations?
Conveniently stopped working in Franklin.
How frequently do you check your location?
Say, yeah.
Pretty often.
Yeah.
But then I noticed, but I guess I just didn't think of it again.
Right.
And I just really didn't think it was happening on the trip. So I think I just...
But you knew it was happening soon.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I will say that was a concern of Jordan's because obviously we get tracking to track our children. And I never really had to track them. If I need to know, hey, how close are they to home? I'm going to pull it up and see where they are. But in this instance, he was like, this is never going to work. She tracks y'all all the time. And I was what? And so I was concerned about that. I was like, I don't know how we're going to do this, pull this off. This big lie.
I think I had asked because I was like, why are y'all showing in Nashville, but you were going to Kentucky? That does not make sense. And Abbie said something about we went, Mom wanted to look at a car or something.
Golf cart.
It was a golf cart. And
Which was true.
I think that's when I just was like, whatever, that's fine.
You were just going to be on your trip at that point.
You're at the beach, so...
Yeah, no need to track them.
Okay, so what are y'all doing at the beach the first couple days? Totally normal family stuff?
Yep. Just everything normal. Go to the beach,
Was
go to
Jordan
dinner.
normal?
He was normal.
Okay.
That's why, I always thought he would be nervous. And I just didn't think it was happening because he wasn't nervous at all.
Good for him.
And nobody seemed nervous.
So how did it all play out?
Let's see. We had family photos and it had rained that whole day. And everybody was freaking out about the rain. And I was like, why can't we just rebook these? She lives here and I'm sure it would be fine. She would understand. And then I was thinking, my hair in the rain and humidity does not look good. This is just going to be a disaster. They were like, no, it'll be fine. No. And I was like, okay, well, let me backtrack. We were planning a color scheme and I already had this green dress and I really liked it. I wore it all the time and everybody was like, no, you need to get a new one. No, you need to get a new one. And I was like, why? I like the dress that I have. I don't want to get a new one. Anyways, we're getting ready. Nobody seems nervous. The photographer took a bunch of group photos at the front of the walkover and everybody was going. And me and Jordan were going to be last. And I didn't think anything of it. I thought she was just randomly picking people to send down in order. And so we got to the top and I wasn't really looking. Jordan was like, oh, look, forward. And so when I looked forward, that's when I
know that more.
When I looked forward, I saw where it said, marry me. And then I obviously started shaking because I was so nervous. And everybody on the beach was watching like you always do.
Oh, gosh,
and so then we got down the steps, and he's holding me up because I thought I'm gonna throw up or pass out. Something's gonna happen. I'm not gonna be able. You're gonna have to drag me down there. And so we got to the bottom, and I looked over, Mom and all of them were hiding in the brush pile, essentially.
Essentially.
Really hiding out in the brush pile. So then we walked down there. I was nervous. I really don't even remember. I know what he said because I was so nervous, I think. But it was sweet. Then we took pictures after and went to dinner after.
That is so sweet.
It was. After you ask all the questions, like, how did y'all do this? Because there were those roses, like, lining the whole way. And so, Brody that was with us, he has food allergies. Emily was like, we need to run to, like, Whole Foods or something and get him some snacks or something like that. And I was like, okay. Well, that's when they went and, like, got all the flowers and stuff.
Oh,
I just didn't know.
Allison and Emily and Addie really planned the whole thing, top to bottom.
And I had no idea.
While you're there with them.
Yeah.
True surprise.
Like, in the same condo. I had no earthly idea.
Yeah.
Well, they really pulled it
Allison
together.
was a wreck. I think Allison was a wreck. Emily's a wreck because Allison is such a wreck. I mean, like, the rain for sure threw them off. They didn't know if it was really going to go down or not that day.
I remember the rain being an issue.
Yeah.
I don't know if you told me in live time, but y'all were nervous about that.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
But it was fun. It all worked out.
Tomorrow.
And she thought I forgot about the people watching. Because, like, the lady came to put, like, the big light-up signs for Marry Me in. Mm-hmm. And all these people are still, like, looking and they're watching. And Emily's laying out this runner with all the roses and all this stuff. And now everybody's stopping. They're, like, like those beach loungers everywhere.
Oh,
so
yeah.
now, like, people are coming down the beach and they're just sitting and they're waiting.
I'm not
And
gonna lie,
looking.
I would watch.
I mean, I would too, but I didn't like being watched.
Right.
I would watch, but I'd probably watch from like my balcony.
Yeah.
Or like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna be up.
That's because we would feel the same way as Auburn, like just sick.
Oh,
Everybody's
yeah.
looking at us.
I was like, I'm seriously going to be sick right now.
No, I would.
I mean, I know it's a public place, but I was like, can y'all just like look on your phones or something real quick?
Pretend
Like,
you don't see this.
Yes, just turn away. You know what's happening, obviously.
Wait, what color did y'all have to wear since you couldn't wear your green dress?
Well, I still wore green.
Oh, look
just
at
another
you.
green.
Okay. Doing
And
what you
then-
want, Auburn.
Jordan color coordinated and a shirt.
Okay, love it.
And then everybody everybody really had green on or like tan or something like
Navy.
that. Yeah, navy.
Navy green and tan, I think.
Navy green tan.
And then y'all just all got to hang out.
Mm-hmm.
For the-
And then the rest of the trip, we obviously got to hang out with him. I think it was like the middle of the week when that happened. And then it was funny because Mom was like, she likes quiet time at the beach. She likes to be at the pool, but she had to be at the kid pool because she knew we wouldn't go to the kid pool.
Oh,
So
that's
she was at
right.
the kid pool the whole first half of the week. And she was like, I was so ready to be out of there.
I don't feel like you left your place a lot.
We
You're afraid
didn't.
you're going to run into her.
We would have to text Allison or Jordan, and we really didn't text Jordan much because it was like, where are they?
Yeah.
Or she would text us, hey, they're leaving if y'all want to go do a drive around. Or, whatever.
And then y'all parked in like the very back spot
Look,
of
Dad
the
has
whole
a
parking lot.
personalized license plate.
Oh.
This man took it off.
Oh my gosh, so sweet.
I really had no idea. I feel like most people have. I don't know.
I 100% knew. I had snooped. I knew the plan. I had found the ring beforehand. I knew how he planned to do it. I didn't know what day, but he had planned to like ask me to go on a walk. So like the first time he was like, "Do you want to go for a walk?" I was like, "Yep." Which I don't do that. So good for you. I love that for you.
Yes,
I'm glad you
no
got a
idea.
surprise.
No idea.
So did y'all start planning at the beach?
We actually started planning before we got engaged.
Okay.
You can
Because we
tell that.
knew
Okay,
when.
tell it.
No, you can tell the whole story.
Well, we knew we wanted to get married after I graduated school, but we wanted to get married. We didn't want to wait too long. And I mean, you don't really have that much time to plan a wedding and get what you want. I can't remember when we really started though.
It was March.
We had like
March or April.
a venue, I think catering,
The photographer.
photographer, all before weeks and weeks and weeks before.
That's smart though. I mean, you knew. And like you said, you have to be able to get your...
Oh yeah, I think we had maybe one of the 2 last dates Ava had for
the
the year.
photography.
For photography.
Oh yeah. How'd you pick your venue?
I looked at multiple places, and then Miss Emily works at Cross Creek Place, and she was like, well, do you just want to come look? Obviously no hard feelings if it's, not what you want, but I loved it, and I liked there was flexible seating. It was kind of just us, I feel like.
As a guest, I loved it.
I did too.
It was perfect. Laid out so good, I thought.
Yeah, Emily just delivered top notch.
Yes. She
felt
did a
like
great
that-
job.
Yeah, I feel like you got lucky with weather too.
Yes.
Because everybody had to like have a heat stroke at my wedding, so you got super lucky, like still to have a summer wedding and not.
But it
die.
wasn't like
yeah.
112 degrees.
I mean, y'all know, y'all have heard me at work. I'm praying about that for a year and a half.
And the rain.
Yes.
Lord, we are talking about the weather.
Yeah.
For a year solid.
Really, the rain. Allison, naturally, I think, is a worrier, and she was really concerned about rain. I did tell Emily, we had a conversation. We had some conversations about some backup plans. If they would have really worked, I don't know. I'm just thankful we didn't have to utilize those. I was like, I'm just trusting this is going the way we need it to go.
And it did.
And it did. It really did. I think there was one tiny little shower right after the service, wasn't there?
It
There's like a
sprinkled for,
storm
like,
brewing
2
off. Did y'all remember
seconds.
that?
I heard
Yeah.
thunder
Yeah.
and maybe like a raindrop.
Yeah, and it
Skipped
just
right
stayed
over
away.
us.
Moved
Thank
right over.
gosh.
It was wild, but I thought it was perfect.
Oh, it was perfect for sure.
It was.
Yeah.
I wish I could go back and relive it. But
Yes. But you have the best pictures.
I know. They are very good at looking.
And y'all have a video too.
Yes. We have video. Pictures and video.
Abby, when did you get tagged in to help plan?
From the get-go, y'all.
Okay.
From the get-go, I'd be sitting in my dorm on a joint FaceTime call. Mom, Auburn, and me.
So while you're in pharmacy school, no big deal.
No big deal.
Okay. So what were you in charge of?
I am the organizer of the family.
Okay. You are very organized.
Abby's like,
I
I
tried.
planned this wedding.
Yeah.
I did.
Pretty
Pretty much.
She I mean, I kept the lists. But it's 6 months out. Why aren't we doing X, Y, and Z? But the invitation should have been sent out yesterday.
Okay, I remember that. It's like a list of during these months you do this and these months you do this. So
Yes.
you were in charge of all
Yes.
that. And Auburn was fine with this.
Yes, it's not that I don't care. I think maybe I'm just indecisive, and in a way, things that might be big to someone else aren't very big to me, I guess. And so, I don't know, for instance, Abby would be like, okay, well, you're not giving me an answer on this, so you have 3 options, and you need to choose from these 3 instead of these 12.
I love that.
Hey, I love that.
I was
Give
like,
me some
okay.
narrowed down options.
Yeah.
Me and Mom found 3 or 4 different invitations. We're like, pick one. Just one. Mm-hmm. Save the dates, pick one. Here's your 4 options.
Colors, Lord.
Oh yeah.
That took half the time. Color. Pick a flipping color.
So you just couldn't decide.
Well, I think it was hard with it being a summer wedding. I mean, I'm not like a bright and orangey person, but I also don't want brown,
Okay.
for fall. So I think that was kind of difficult. It
I think
worked out.
initially she wanted a fall wedding, and then they just decided to back it up. Summer it is, and what did we even do?
Pink.
Was it pink?
Pink,
Like a
greens,
blush?
Oh, a very light.
Like a blush kind of, so it wasn't super.
Pampas grass, whatever color that is.
Yeah.
Khaki.
So yeah. Abby,
Yeah.
I don't know. Something like that.
Abby created the whole agenda, emails it to Emily. Emily's like, girl after my own heart.
Yes.
Let me know if y'all need anything, essentially, on our end. So we just are like trying to check off the 12-page list.
And you're maid of honor, right?
I was.
Okay. What'd you do for that?
The bachelorette party.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good time.
Was that easy planning?
It was.
Okay.
It was easy.
We decided, Auburn decided to go to Gatlinburg. We talked about a couple different options, but that's where we went. And our cousin, thankfully, owns a cabin up there. So,
Oh yeah, that was beautiful.
yes, it was so much fun. We were her first guests.
Oh, y'all were her first.
Thanks,
time.
Rudy and
yes.
Robert.
Yes.
Yes.
Shout out to Rudy and Robert.
It was so pretty. And then she got to be surprised on the theme that I chose.
Which was
I did Last Disco.
cute.
It was very cute.
Got a little Etsy sign that said Auburn's Last Disco, hung it from the fireplace mantle, had disco balls scattered everywhere.
It was really cute.
I made Auburn wear white one day to go to different wineries in Gatlinburg, and everybody else wore pink. Many grandmas took pictures of us, just us.
Yes.
That's so cute.
It was cute. They were like, can we take a photo of you? Like, they didn't want to be in it. They just wanted it on their phone, I guess.
My mom would totally do something like that if she saw y'all.
She would.
Yeah. And didn't you get everybody matching PJs?
I did. Yes.
Okay, that was really cute too.
Yes. They were part of their, I guess, bridal party gift, and then we wore them all for the day of the wedding.
Okay, what is a bridal party gift these days?
Pajamas, and then I did get little makeup bags.
With their names on them.
Yes, with their initial on it.
That's cute.
Auburn's had MRS.
Aww.
I couldn't just do an
I used
A.
that
We
to
had
this
to do it.
Were you in charge of the guy's gift as well?
No.
Okay.
Jordan did. Did Jordan pick it? Jordan picked it out.
We gave Jordan options.
We gave him options.
Yeah.
Mom gave him options.
Yes,
and said,
yes.
I need you to choose. Pretty fast.
I know we did a lot. We did everything. I didn't want, they're trying to start a life. We just took care of everything we could take care of for them. And that included their bridal party gifts. Yes. Jordan's was, they each got a custom bottle of bourbon with their names on it, Jordan's and Auburn's name on it, the wedding date, their position in the wedding, and then they got a custom decanter and whiskey glasses.
It's a good one. That is really nice.
Yeah.
And they got, Dad got them those personalized knives.
Oh yeah, they got personalized knives.
Way to go, Chris. That is so sweet.
Yeah.
He was all about that.
Yeah.
He was so excited for those knives.
Yes. The boys got them too. The ring bearers.
Ring bearers. Yes.
They got their own knife.
Until
Right.
they're older.
Yeah,
So we don't have little 5-year-olds running around with
I was about to
knives.
say you gave 5-year-olds knives. This is great.
You don't want Mason to have one?
Absolutely not.
Okay, so how was day of the wedding?
I was fine the rehearsal dinner, so I thought I was going to be fine on the wedding day. Well, I was not.
Oh, no.
I woke up and I thought, what am I going to do? How am I going to get through this whole entire day? I woke up sick because I was just so nervous.
The nerves.
I was so nervous. I couldn't even eat my breakfast. I couldn't eat lunch. I think I maybe drank a fourth of a water bottle because they were like, it's summer and you've got to have something to drink or you're going to pass out in front of all these people. So then I eventually got some nausea medication and it somewhat helped. I really don't think the nerves wore off until the next day.
I was going to
Honestly,
say.
when we were like on the plane going to Mexico.
That is a lot. It's a big day.
It was a lot. I was thinking about how many people we have invited. I don't even like to talk in front of 5 people. What have I done? Why did I not go to the courthouse essentially? But the day was perfect.
How many people did y'all have? What was your final count, Amy?
3.
It was over 300.
It was over 300 people.
Okay.
It was almost almost everyone invited came. There was just, I think, about 20 people that were invited.
That's not surprising to me that everybody you invited
Yeah.
came, if they could.
We really, between Allison and myself, we really tried to narrow down, I've talked to my kids about this. Y'all know, y'all have done it. And y'all both had large weddings. So did I. You have to do tiny, intimate, or you have to do all the
All
way.
of them.
Because in the middle, feelings get hurt.
Yep.
Even still, this was whittled down, big time. I'm like, Allison, you got to cut
How much would Cross
50.
Creek hold?
I've got to cut 30 or, you know what I mean? We just had to cut, keep cutting.
We
350.
pushed the max. At
We pushed the
CrossFit.
I
max at 350, 400 maybe we pushed.
Mm-hmm.
And even still, and I do hate it because some people, and everybody there was important to us. You don't think you know that many people, but when you're talking about Chris's family alone, and these are people we see regularly, it's pushing 80 people.
Wow.
I mean, that's massive.
Yeah.
And we're with them often. We're not cutting his family. Allison's not cutting her family, my family, And so it was hard. And even still, some people were like, well, I could see her walk down, but I could hear the ceremony, but I couldn't see it. And it's just because we just pushed the envelope, really.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I mean, I did not feel like it was that many people. I know it was a lot of people, but it didn't feel crowded to me.
No.
I didn't feel like it looked like that many people
It
when
was
we were
a
walking
good
down.
amount of space
Yeah.
for that amount of people.
Yeah, it
So-
was all set up really well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looked good. It looked real good.
Okay,
It
so
did.
back to your morning
Yes.
of the wedding. You had hair, makeup. Did you see Jordan before?
I did not. I didn't see him until we did our first look. And then we did our private vows. And then we had all of our photos taken. And then pretty much after that, it went fast. We had our photos, bridal party, and then family. And I mean, it was like right after that. We were still taking family photos when people were showing up. And so I was trying to get back in the room because, you know, everybody wants to stop and talk. And I'm like, you're not even supposed to see me yet. Like, get me out of here.
I want to say, too, like, I feel like the wedding was, I wanted it to be who they were. Every decision made was, but what would y'all choose? You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't just Abby's planning this and putting this together, or I'm making decisions for her because she's taught up in school. It was, what's your favorite food? Well, we know Mexican. So we're having a full-on Mexican bar. You know, Jordan asked for one thing truly in the whole wedding. Can we have the Golly G's ice cream truck? Absolutely, we can have the Golly G's ice cream truck. Even the photos. Auburn, you know, when she talked earlier about, like, I don't even like talking in front of 5 people. They were scaled down. Like, it wasn't like me doing an announcement to Chris's and my whole family. Like, you need to be here 3 hours ahead of time. It was just their wedding party. It was their parents and it was grandparents, and that was it. It was not extended photos. Those all got taken during the reception.
We would have really had to have added
Hours.
2 to 3 hours if we would have had extended family photos. I think I already knew I was going to be nervous, and I'm sure Mom knew that. And so I was just like, no, can we just bypass that?
Yes. The answer is yes. If you want to bypass it, I'm sorry your feelings are going to get hurt.
But
it's what she wants.
Yeah, this is Auburn's day.
That's right.
And Jordan. And I love his one request.
Yes.
That was the highlight for my kids.
He wanted that ice cream truck.
Yes. My nephews were standing at the truck right after the ceremony. They were with their dad. And I was like, what are y'all going to get? They're like, we don't know. I was like, well, you can get whatever you want. And they're like, well, we got to ask our dad. I said, oh, honey, no.
Not tonight.
I said, Uncle Chris and I paid for everything. You can have all the ice cream you want. I thought my brother-in-law was going to shoot me right there. And their eyes were just like, they were so happy. They're like, oh, the ice cream.
Auburn needs to get married more often.
That's right.
Yes.
Yes.
Bring back the ice cream truck.
For real.
I'm hearing
That was very
annual.
fun.
Anniversary party.
That was fun.
It was a good idea. Especially I liked our dessert table. It was very, because I know not everybody likes cake or cupcakes, you know. So that was fun. Something for everybody.
The Mexican
Which
was
I liked.
delish. Were y'all happy with it?
I was happy
It
with
was
it.
very good.
Yeah.
It was, Mom, you know, the whole time was telling me, she was like, it goes by so fast. And I didn't really believe her because I was like, this is going until 10:30. I have been here since 7 o'clock. This does not seem like it's going very fast. And so then Emily brought us our food, and it just flew by. Like, it felt like an hour probably, not 4 or whatever it ended up being, I guess.
Yeah, when did y'all leave? How late was it? When you did your leave,
Yes, we did like a fake send-off, and then we went back in
was
for
that
a little
with
bit.
the car and the sparklers?
Yes.
Was that, okay, I saw that.
And I think we had a car come pick us up to take us to Nashville at, I want to say like 10:45 or 11.
How late were
So-
y'all two there?
I think we got home at like 1,
Oh, wow.
1:30, something like that. But also, it's 30 minutes away, so.
Were y'all breaking down and cleaning up or what? Partying?
I think we put everything that was on the deck went inside. And a few random friends of ours that were there that late, like, help. They just were like, move everything in. Caterers packed up, and we all came home and crashed. And then we went right back out at like 8 o'clock the next morning. Emily was already out there. Allison, Jeremy, and Addie came. And we are just pulling all the chairs from the ceremony site, flowers down.
The Bloom Project.
The Bloom Project. Yes, the Bloom Project. We contacted them. One of the girls' old teachers and a guest of ours, Sam Green, was like, her daughter got married. She was like, you need to contact the Bloom Project. And so I filled out this form, and it's this organization in town. They come and they took all of the flowers and they recycled them to like the veterans home, hospitals, assisted living, I think. And so they brought some to work. So we had the flowers,
right.
a couple arrangements there all week. So I was very pleased that they got reused, not just trash that would hurt.
It's so much money to just
It's
trash.
just so much
Right.
money.
And somebody else can enjoy them. That's
Yeah.
really neat.
So they have a wonderful organization. Reach out to the Bloom Project if you've got something going on and you want to recycle your flowers, because they're amazing.
So, Abby, were you on school break at this time?
I was. It was summer break.
Okay.
I was in summer taking organic chemistry, bless it.
That sounds terrible.
Yes. So I had class every Tuesday and Thursday, but it was at 6 o'clock. So
PM?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They would be out at...
Because you were working with me during the day, right?
I was.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yes. Love my Eden family. Mm-hmm. Yes, I would work during the day, go out to Cross Creek at night, at least during wedding week.
Mm-hmm.
And then even after class, I'm like, I gotta go. Hang up the Zoom call, please, sir.
Right, wrap this up.
Yes.
And so did you hang out after the wedding still here in town? Or was it time to go back to school?
The day after the wedding, that Sunday, I drove to Birmingham. I was going to camp with the youth group at my church in Birmingham.
So you're busy.
I was a little busy.
Were you exhausted?
I was exhausted.
Did you pass chemistry that you were taking in summer school?
I did.
Okay, good.
Okay, wow. That just sounds like a miracle to me. Because, like, just give me the chemistry or the wedding or the youth group.
Mm-hmm.
Much less
It was
all
a
of
lot.
it.
It was a lot. Yes. Yeah. We went to Louisiana for summer camp. That was a haul.
Terrible.
Yeah, and smack in the middle of August.
Yeah. I'm only going to Louisiana for 1 month, and that is in January.
It was toasty.
I bet.
But we had fun. I was running on 4 hours of sleep, so I'm like, well, wedding week plus camp, not a whole lot of sleep. And then I still had to do school while I was at camp with those kids, so
Oh my gosh.
I'm like, well, y'all aren't gonna see me for 2 hours. I do apologize.
Okay, y'all all had a lot going on at one time. Because you graduated in May, Auburn?
So I think I graduated May 5th, so I had days in between graduating and getting married. It was a lot.
Amy,
It was a lot.
tell us, how did you
It was a lot.
survive all this? Also did y'all have a small graduation thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
We had a little small
We had a
graduation party.
It
So
was
we
a
were
lot.
also planning that.
Yeah, so we were also planning that.
I don't know, it's because I see you every day in live time, but you really didn't seem stressed to me, Amy. But talking about it,
Looking back, it's a lot.
Looking back, it was a lot. I do joke. I was like, I just got to get to the other side of this. Probably in February, I looked at Chris and I said, do not commit us to one more thing. Mm-hmm. The answer is no. We're not doing one thing until this wedding is over. We've got too much going on. She had showers. Abbie's coming home from school every weekend for all the showers.
yeah.
You know, it was just a lot. And I just said, we're not doing another thing. And then they got married on the 10th, June 11th. I was like, still, commit me to nothing. Because now I'm going to need the rest of the year to recover mentally from this.
Or two.
Or two. So it was a lot. But, you know, we tried to be really organized. Abbie and I were in contact all the time. When she came to me, when she and Jordan came to us and said, we're backing this up to June, I said, okay. But I don't think she expected anything less from me. I said, you're trying to graduate college and plan a wedding. When I ask you a question, we need an answer. I don't want like a breakdown. I don't want crying. I don't know, you know.
Restrictions on you, Auburn.
I know. It's just
I mean,
like,
you know, if you're giving me, if we're backing up months, I don't want to hear it. This is going to be hard. And she realized
it's a lot.
she did have a couple of breakdowns. She was like, this is just a lot, too much. It was a lot going on. And, you know, and she is very particular about her schooling. So, you know, she's trying to keep her grades up and not be a wreck about those. So that's when the short list started coming. Like Abbie would come in with okay, I've asked you for 2 months now to pick a wedding color. Here are now your options.
Mm-hmm.
This, or this.
We're going to check this stuff off.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it was fine. We were ordering stuff all the time. Chris was tired of getting packages.
He was like, what is this extra Amazon box? Like, do we need all these plates? Why do we need all these cups?
Yes.
Do we really need all these napkins?
Budget obviously was, you know, that's always not an issue. I consulted with you guys about how that went. Victoria, yours was more recent.
Yeah.
So Chris never really asked. That was funny.
He was like, I don't want to know.
I had a number in my head and we did not stick to it, but we didn't go we went over it, but we just didn't go too far over.
Pretty close where you wanted to be.
No.
Well, it was beautiful, so
Yeah.
worth it.
It was worth every
was
penny.
worth
It
Yeah,
was worth
it was.
it.
It was
Okay.
worth every penny.
So you're glad you had a full-blown wedding.
Yes.
Okay.
You know,
I would be too if I had your wedding. It
I
was perfect.
was mom and Dad were like, we will pay for this wedding or we can write you a check. I think, and I'm a very frugal person, so when Mom's like going through the list, this is what this is costing this, and I'm like, I'm gonna be sick. Like, it's too late now.
Yeah, you already
Week of, she had some kind of mental break.
I think it was like three or 4 days before, y'all.
Yes, and she's going to Abby, and Abby's like, by the way, Auburn's in the background going, she should have taken the check. I'm like, too late now. There's not a penny left. It's all been spent. Yeah.
But I don't remember the original budget amount.
Yes.
Right.
And then
So you really won.
yeah, you did. Because listen, at the end of this, Abby comes in with, they're on their trip. Abby's like, so can we talk about my wedding? Because, we're very open in our family, and we are openly discussing budgets and what this costs and what that costs and whatever. Abby's like, am I going to be able to get that plus
Inflation
cost? I was like, absolutely no. What your sister got is what you get. She was like, I don't even get inflation adjustment. I was
It's
like,
not
no.
fair, guys. It's not fair.
No, it's not.
I was like, no.
We'll readdress this for you.
Thank you.
I'm like, I can't even
I'm
talk
telling
about
you,
another
Jill.
dollar. Side note, if y'all need some plastic cups with Auburn's and Jordan's name on them to go home today up there in the garage.
Yeah, those are my favorite.
There's a million.
Listen, I stopped buying my children cups. They just use
Yeah.
wedding cups. that
Auburn, I
Jordan
might have
got.
taken a couple that night.
Well, you
that's
can
fine.
take some more today because they're just sitting in the garage.
I'm going. Literally
Okay.
my favorite thing. I'm taking them.
Yeah.
And they're cute.
They are so cute. Okay, so y'all loved everything. Happy.
Yes.
Loved everything.
Me too.
I wish
That counts.
I could. I mean, I know you can't. You can't push your. I don't know. You can't not hide your nerves, but you can't push them away, I guess. But I really wish I would not have been as nervous as I was. Because even after the ceremony, I wasn't nervous, but I think my body was freaking out.
You were still.
So I was like, I don't know.
You weren't fully there.
No.
Yeah.
Because
do you
I think
feel like
my
you
body
enjoyed
was.
it?
Yes.
Okay.
I do.
Yeah.
I think different parts of it would have been different if I would have been, not shaking and calm. But
Yeah.
I did have a lot of fun stuff.
Doesn't everybody
Obviously.
shake? Did you shake?
I mean, I'm nervous like you are.
Mhm.
So, yeah. I mean,
I'm
if
like-
you could turn that off, it would be so great.
I took Zofran and Imodium a couple hours before I had to walk down the aisle because my stomach was so upset. I just could not get it together.
Yeah,
I've
I was
been
just
there.
unwell.
Yeah.
We didn't touch on Chris. How was he through this process?
He was,
Pretty even keel.
yeah.
I
Till
mean,
the
you're his
day of.
first baby to get married.
I don't know. He had some moments.
Go ahead, share.
Go ahead, Abby. Share.
You have the floor.
Jordan had a house out in the country, and we started moving Auburn out. And poor Dad, he was away on business. We moved all her clothes out of her closet.
We had to do it when he wasn't here, or else,
He would have not been well.
Yes.
yeah, it would not have been good.
Yeah.
So what was it, a couple days, a week later maybe, he walked up into Auburn's room just to an empty closet. Did y'all do that?
He was mad. He was not happy, but
I mean,
that
did
is
you catch
hard.
the brunt of that?
I mean, what can you say? He's their dad. Y'all know Chris. Y'all know they are his life. Period. They're his life. And it just was heart-wrenching, honestly.
How was the actual move out day?
Oh, I can tell about it.
Because
Let me tell about it.
okay, go ahead.
The actual move out day honestly didn't even really seem it was the move out day until they got back from their honeymoon.
official.
So it was like they were just on vacation, gone, which had happened several times. Chris, let's see, they were leaving town. They dropped a car here.
Yeah, we left.
The car was here.
My
The car was here, yes. And so Chris picked him up from the airport. And so, fine. They're, I'm sure, chit-chatting on the way back. They're whatever. They walk in the house. She's fully moved out at this point. But she just had a bag here, essentially, in the house the week leading up to the wedding. And we're just catching up. How was your trip? How was dinner? How were your dinners? How were your excursions? How was everything? And then nobody wants to say anything because they need to leave to go to their house. And it's awkward because your daughter is about to leave with a man who is not her father. Okay? And so everybody's just kind of beating around the bush, looking at each other, and nobody's saying anything. And I'm like, well, I'm sure you guys need to get home because they pushed their honeymoon to the very last day that we had to work the next day. She was working the very next day. And so I was like, so we're just going to basically see y'all out. Y'all be careful. Let me know when you get home. I mean, it was weird. It was weird.
Yeah.
Were you afraid to leave?
Yes. Oh man, we were like not even out of the driveway and I'm bawling. And Jordan was like, "Are you okay? Are you gonna be fine? Do I need to take you back?"
Chris is watching Jordan drive her like around the house. He stands in this window. He's watching them drive by. He's out here, watches them go out of the neighborhood.
It was the saddest thing.
She's in the car, coming to find out, crying because she knows she's never coming back to our home, like in that way. And then she texts Addie and asks, "Are mom and dad okay?"
What am I supposed to say? No?
Did you lie?
No, she didn't lie. She told the truth.
Okay.
And so then Auburn's more hysterical in the car, come to find out. And Jordan's like, "Do we need to turn around and go back?"
We just have to live with your parents.
And she's like, "No," whatever she said to him. It was sad. But, it's what you raise them to do. And it happens too fast. Y'all know y'all have kids. They're half grown, getting half grown, and it's just way too fast. And it really took probably several months to adjust to her not being here, and it was really weird. So, but y'all know we've talked about this. Like, I know God was preparing mine and Chris's hearts and minds for that time because Abby went away to school. That was a whole thing. And then Auburn was here though, so she kept us. We're like, okay, we have a child. We can still be overbearing if we need to, or whatever.
Abby, you escaped.
Yeah.
My bad.
So then she gets in, but then your life just changes, and so she's only here to sleep. So that was getting us used to a whole new thing. And then she gets married and she leaves, but Abby's back in the house for the summer. So I know that was all played out the way it was supposed to for mine and Chris's mental health.
I agree, and I was worried about you, Abby, when you were leaving. I was like on your mom.
Oh,
like,
I was worried.
But I feel like you handled it well, Amy. Better
At least
than
externally.
expected. Yeah.
I did. Yes, I did better than Chris. I knew he would be. I think I had to be better because I didn't know how he was going to be. And I don't know if I shared this the first time with you guys, but Auburn was home. We were literally packing to leave with her. Jordan, I don't know if Jordan was here or not, but I called Auburn down. I walked into Jordan was here. Okay, we have this thing about locking our doors. Always lock the doors. And so I walk through the kitchen and the door's not locked. And I walk over here because Auburn and Jordan are upstairs. I'm like, but before I do that, I do a swing by my bedroom and Chris is just crying, holding her, bawling. And I'm like, okay, now I can't yell at Jordan about unlocking the door because I am sad. So I scoot over here to the stairs and I'm like, Auburn. I call her. She's like, what? I was like, first of all, tell Jordan to keep locking the door. What is he doing? I was like, second, you gotta come down here. Your dad is upset. He's bawling. And she comes, I don't even, she comes through. We're walking through the living room. They've finished their emotional whatever in the bedroom. And Abby's walking through past us, and Auburn looks at Abby and she's like, look at what you've done to him. Look at what you've done. And I'm like, so then it's like, Chris is like, hugging her, and she's trying to comfort her dad. And I'm like, oh, when she gets married, this is definitely not going well. I think I was more worried about him than myself. But, I've never been away from my kids, and that's hard for a mom.
Trying to take care of them that far away.
If Auburn had moved away, like married and moved away, that might would have killed me.
Yeah.
Literally.
Agreed.
It would have killed me.
I'm glad you're here, Auburn. Don't go too far now.
25 minutes.
I mean, you are across town, but
Yeah, she's in the South.
at least you're in the county.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I love how y'all are just all the besties, and it just makes my heart so warm. It does. I just love y'all so much.
We love y'all.
Okay, we did not touch on Jordan.
Okay.
Tell us about the husband.
Jordan is great. Mom has been everybody always says, marriage is a lot of work. Before we got married, the pastor that married us, Pastor Jeremy, he does I mean, for him to marry you, you have to go to mandatory, not counseling, but premarital counseling, basically. And even in that, we learned a lot about each other. And so it's been a lot of work, but he's great. He kind of reminds me of Daddy's affectionate and caring. The listening part we're working on, but that's okay.
You will always be working on that.
Yes. But no, he's great. It is an adjustment because I was, Mom was always home. She worked normal hours. I worked normal hours. But Dad traveled for work. So, he was kind of in and out. Well, Jordan works. He could leave the house at 5 a.m. sometimes and I get home until 9 or whatever. So that's been an adjustment. Just, he doesn't work a normal 9 to 5. He works up 5 to 10 or whatever it might be.
Well, just hearing your mom speak about him, I can tell how much he cares about you.
Yes, he does.
I will say this. Chris and I have, anybody who knows Allison and Jeremy and I grew up together. When Jordan came and asked permission to marry her, we were on a family trip. It was just so funny. That was a wreck. It was a wreck. Okay, listen. They were back in the condo and waiting for dinner. We were waiting for dinner reservations, and Chris and I were standing outside, and we were froze. We were in Colorado, and it was in March, so we were at a ski resort. And
Colorado trip, I remember.
yes, y'all know all the things about that trip. And then he comes bebopping around the corner, and we're huddled around this little heater. And I'm like, I need to talk to y'all. And Chris is like, I don't know what you need to talk to me about. And I was like, oh,
Chris.
no, here we go. He was like, well, and it was just so sweet, y'all. He just said, I just want y'all to know. He was like, I want to marry Auburn. He said, I love her. I'm going to take care of her the rest of my life. He was like, and if something happens to y'all, I will take care of Abby the rest of hers.
Oh my gosh. I did not know that. That is so sweet.
And he could have just stopped with, I'm in love with your daughter. I want to take care of her the rest of my life.
I would have done it.
But when he committed to both of them, on the off chance something happens to me and Chris was like, where do I sign?
Yes.
He is a very good man. And we know how much he loves her. He's a good boy. There are a lot of things. I think I'm a sounding board for Auburn. Sometimes I'm like, am I giving an opinion? Am I keeping my mouth shut and just letting her say what she needs to say? The best one is, why aren't his clothes in the hamper?
Oh.
They're on the floor touching the hamper. I'm like,
Classic.
yeah, welcome.
Yes.
Yeah, that happens.
Welcome. So, he's
You're
just
really
a boy.
married when that starts happening.
Yeah. And screaming down the
Oh,
house.
it's like when you're dating, everything is like perfect. You don't even know.
Yeah.
The real truth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you
When
get
you live
married
with
and it's
somebody.
like, huh.
Yeah.
Whew.
What did I sign up
Jordan,
for?
rinse the fork off before you put it in the dishwasher. That's why it's not coming clean.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
But no, he is great.
Okay, good. We love Jordan.
Yes.
Okay, how's your relationship with your mom since you've gotten married?
Good. I think it's changed. I mean, she's still my mom, but I can obviously look to her for more adult things, I guess, regarding how do I go about this? What do I do about this? I mean, I think it's always been strong, but I think in a different aspect, it's stronger, I guess.
Do you feel like now that she is still your mom, like you said, but you can have like more of a friend component with it too?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Y'all are talking every day, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're talking 3 to 5 times a day,
Yes.
at least.
Good.
Goals.
I
Goals.
know.
Goals for y'all.
y'all.
I don't even know if she remembers this, but it was the week she was graduating high school, and I was just like, because life changes when it's after that. No matter what kids are doing after high school, going into the job, going to vocation, going into college, whatever, I'm like, life is just different and you don't really know it. The kids don't know it until they get there. And we're driving down 76 and I'm like, I just don't know if I've taught you everything I think you need to know. I don't know if you remember that. I don't know if you know everything I think you need to know at this point. Like, have I done enough? Have I told you enough? Are you, I don't want to say street smart. That's not right. But just, we didn't shelter our kids, but we weren't also like, here's the world. We were trying to be protective of those things, but still educating them like, hey, you got to have your eyes open to this kind of stuff. And I just don't, you just can't teach enough. there's just not enough time to tell them everything they need to know. And also they can't take all that. It's too much.
Right.
Did you feel the same way with Abby moving away? Like, I stayed away.
Yeah, how was that for y'all?
That was weird. It really was weird.
And she's the baby. I feel like that's different.
It is different.
Just adds a different level.
Yeah.
I believe these two were out one night. See here, I get the Life 360 out.
Abby and her friend, y'all.
This is no joke. When Auburn married Jordan, I still get it. She's still in our notification. I get a notification when she gets to work or whatever. I know what it is. I'm not pulling this up and stalking her. She married him.
Well, she's stalking you.
Yeah, she's stalking me. That's right. I knew she was safe. I knew I did not have to worry about her. Okay? If something happens to her, he's going to call me. But I know she's safe with him. This one, on the other hand, I'm getting a notification that she's out in the middle of Birmingham at 11-something at night in December.
Time out.
Abigail.
Time out. I was with all my friends.
Don't care.
Irrelevant.
I am the driver of my friend group, so my mother is calling me. My phone is attached to my car. I hit a big old pothole as I'm hitting answer on this phone call. And she's like, what are you doing? I'm like, it's a Friday night, and I'm looking at Christmas lights, actually. No Christmas lights are on at 11 o'clock in Homewood, guys.
I was like, go back.
She said, get back in your dorm now.
Oh, Abby, you got told from
Busted.
Clarksville.
Oh.
I
Grounded.
did.
You know, that was a hard adjustment. It's not known to be, everywhere has violence and things happen everywhere. But Birmingham is a little rougher.
Okay.
Their area is nice, but stuff still happens. And I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
And she's still your baby.
Yeah.
I was looking at Christmas lights.
And you're 4.5 hours away.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't get to you. I can't
Right.
get to you.
Yeah.
You're not in Nashville.
Right.
And I can zip down the road in 30 minutes.
And y'all talk on the phone every day too, right?
Yeah.
Like
many
several
times.
times.
Several times.
Outfit
They are on
check.
the phone all the time. I get a daily fit pic, yes.
Yes.
I love my updates when I'm working with Amy
Yep.
of what is going on.
That's right.
Gotta fill in the loop because I miss y'all too. Okay?
Y'all growing up was hard on all of us.
It was.
That's right.
My gosh.
Yes, y'all saw us since we were babies.
Yes.
Literally.
Wait, Auburn, how old are you?
23.
Okay. Yeah, I've known Amy for 20 years, so
14.
And Victoria used to babysit us all the time.
that's right.
I did. I
was the
dropped
cool
you to
babysitter.
elementary school. Yeah. I took y'all to a movie at the movie theater in a tornado warning one time.
I do not remember that.
I do. You were scared. Abby was fine watching the movie, but
That's
you were
not
scared.
shocking to
And
me.
then I'm just sitting there and I'm like, wow, I can't drive them across town back home
In it.
So we have to stay at the Great Escape. And hope for the best.
Auburn does remind me of Jordan's mom a lot in that way. Like her nerves are just when she gets nervous, like she is just all the things.
It's shown.
You know what I mean?
I do not contain them very well.
That is
At
one thing
all.
that I think she does have similar with Allison is just a worrier, a natural worrier.
I always worry.
Yeah.
And
Is
y'all,
that
we
a-
forced her to be here today, and she was nervous, but
Here we are.
But here you are doing
Here I
it.
am.
because you did it for us.
At least I'm not on video.
We're not that skilled just yet. We're working on it.
You don't look nervous to me though, Auburn. Truthfully,
thank you.
You look great.
Did you just always want to be a pharmacist? How'd we get there?
I mean, I know what I didn't want to do.
Which was
A lot.
okay.
You gotta make a choice.
Okay, so she put that on you this
Put that
time.
on me. Yeah. There's so many options, and I still don't think an 18-year-old should be able to determine the rest of their life.
No, that's hard.
But-
How did you narrow it down to that?
Well, Mom and Dad both went to Austin P, and that's where Auburn was at the time. So I'm like, I'll just do that. I can find something. And then my educational mentor at church, he told me to go take a look at Samford. That he went to law school there, and I said, okay. So me, Mom, Dad, and Greg hopped into the car, drove 3.5 hours to Samford, and I was like, uh-oh, this is not good. I loved it. And I was looking at their pharmacy program, and I interviewed to be a part of the early assurance program. So I did a 2 years undergrad and then 4 years grad school. in mid-January or something. I was at work with Alyssa, and I had gotten them t-shirts that said Sanford Mom and Sanford Dad on them, and I made Alyssa help me box them up.
I did not know that.
Okay, so Alyssa knew before
Alyssa
Amy.
knew before.
I definitely did not know that.
I went to Walmart and all they had was happy birthday paper. I'm like, hey, here's a late Christmas gift that is not in Christmas paper wrap. Can you open them? And I made Auburn video them. Mom started crying. Dad's like, oh no.
Amy, was it happy tears?
I knew. I think I knew she was going.
Yeah, because you knew she loved it.
I didn't know she'd stick it out because she's such a homebody.
I am a homebody.
You thought this would be a semester.
I thought it was a semester and she'd be home. I thought she'd be one of those kids.
That was the hard part, the second semester.
Yeah. You know, because I'm like, ew. Well,
She meant it.
she meant it. There she is.
3 years in.
Yeah.
3 years left.
I feel like you really enjoy it. Do
I
you?
love it.
Okay.
I love it. Always a good time. It's hard. We struggle sometimes. A lot, but
I mean, pharmacy school does not sound easy to me or I think anyone.
it's not.
Could not be me.
Exactly.
No. Give me my business degree.
Same, Auburn.
Same.
Don't give me one at all.
But yeah, I love it. It's a
Okay.
good time. My dad is very sad. I think might be the kid that does not come back home.
Okay, I can't hear that, Abby.
So you think your life is not going to come back to Clarksville?
Maybe not.
You have me, and maybe you'll have kids soon.
Oh, good.
So we'll just.
I mean, I'm sad about that, but yeah, I have a whole kid here, like with whatever. And Auburn and Jordan, they go down. They've been down several times to visit. We go down.
And it is a car ride.
It is.
Yeah.
a
Yeah, it's
car
really
ride.
not hours.
It goes
It's not
fast.
like she's in Washington State or something.
Right.
Yes.
That would be a different story.
What is your next step, Abby?
That's a great question.
Okay.
Right now, I'm looking at something in pediatric pharmacy, and you can do that in different ways. You can be in a hospital, or there's a lot of pediatric like standalone pharmacies in the Birmingham area, which I did not know existed, but they do,
I wouldn't have known that. I don't know any of this
I've
stuff.
never heard that.
and they only like give out meds to kids.
Okay.
So, well, obviously they're parents, but
Mm-hmm.
pediatric patients. So it might look like that, but I don't know.
Might you stay where you are, or you're open to living somewhere else?
I love where I live.
Okay.
It's kind of difficult to like make it my own, like not just be a college kid who's
Yeah.
on campus all the time, but to make it my home away from home, I guess.
Did you already tell your mom you might want to stay there forever?
Oh yeah, she knows.
Okay.
Chris is the one in denial.
Okay.
Shocker. Shocker for anybody listening.
He's going to hold out hope.
He is.
Yeah.
Well, I have heard Amy say that.
He
but
wants
I
her to
didn't know
work
if
at
it's
the
a feeling.
Walgreens right down the street. Or this
Yes.
Publix right here.
Yeah.
She's talked about a residency in a children's hospital, which anybody who knows anything about that, she can go anywhere in the United States. Like whoever takes her is where she's got to go.
Right.
And
Scary.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so he's like, but east of the Mississippi. And also, why are we not just looking at Vanderbilt?
And I was like, Vandy is 30 minutes
That's
from the road.
It is, yes.
She's like, no to both. And he's like,
Dang, Abby.
Heartbreak.
East of the Mississippi is not off the table. Vanderbilt's not off the table, but
Are you as shocked as
There's
I am
a-
that she didn't come home or that she may not come home?
No.
You and I have never talked about that.
I don't think so.
You thought she was leaving and just good.
Yeah. She has like good connections down there, I feel like. Like family she babysits
Yeah.
for, her church family
Yeah.
and stuff. I think it'd be different if, I don't know, like my college experience, I went to class and I was over it and I came home. Like, I don't know.
She like immersed herself in
Yes. So I think that makes it better and
She has a life.
would be hard to leave, I guess,
it. Yeah.
as where I was.
I mean,
like,
yeah, her
getting out of
whole
school.
adult life is down there.
Yeah. So no, I'm not really shocked, I don't guess. No.
And we do like the area. I don't know how Auburn and Jordan feel, but
I think it's really cute.
Yeah.
I like it.
we do like the area. We like being down there. We like going and spending a weekend. So we'll see.
Okay, Abby, we'll let you stay then, I guess.
I'll come visit.
They have a good hospital. I was admitted there that one time.
Auburn.
That was traumatic. That was so traumatic.
That was dramatic.
It was not dramatic.
Oh, it was.
Mom.
Wait, what happened to you?
Y'all,
We were on the way down.
y'all know this. Y'all forgot.
And I was like, my throat really hurts. But usually, like, if we have strep or something, Mom can look and tell, and she'll just be like, we just need to go get an antibiotic or something.
Yeah, the mom thing.
Well, there was, like, nothing wrong with my throat. And I progressively was getting worse. Like, at this point, I can't swallow. And, like, something's, like, actually wrong.
I think I do
So
remember
we go
this.
to Mom's like, well, we'll go to this urgent care. So we go. There was like something basically in my throat. Not food. It was just like a cyst
It looked like
or
a
something.
blister. It looked like
Yeah.
a white blister.
And so they were like,
Tell the story, girl. Tell Jordan. Jordan's trying to operate on it in the car.
so it looks like one of those tonsil stone things, kind of.
Oh, yeah.
And of course, Mom's seen these videos. Whatever. He's with me and Mom.
Hang on a
Abby
second.
and Dad
This
are
is
at
like
the
3
restaurant.
months into their relationship, y'all.
Oh,
Okay. Really
This is
breaking them
fresh.
in.
Yeah.
This is fresh. He's seeing we're crazy.
Yes.
Okay.
So
And he's still stuck.
we are, Mom goes and checks me in, and they were still doing the whole, like, COVID, like, you have to wait in your car stuff. So, okay, we wait in the car. I'm miserable. I'm crying. I can't swallow. I can't talk. I can't do anything. And so Jordan's like, well, let me just try to get it out. And Mom over here just is like, okay, fine. Like, we can just skip over this whole entire urgent care thing if you can get this out, and she'll feel better.
Yeah, just some car surgery.
Yeah. So
It
Dad
sure
has got
was.
this like 10-year-old first aid kit in the car, like these plastic tweezers that are so janky. And Jordan has got Mom like holding my body down. He's holding my face down with these tweezers in my mouth. These tweezers are down my throat. I'm just trying to get whatever this is out of my throat. I basically come unhinged on him. I was like, I don't care what this costs. You're not doing it. Like, you're literally going to kill me. Like, what if what this is, I swallow it? I don't know. And so, anyways, we go into the urgent care. They were like, oh, you have a blah, 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 and we can't do anything about it here because your body could go into, like, sepsis. And I was like, excuse me? So I get a shot on my bottom. So now my throat hurts, my butt hurts. I'm more miserable because whatever they've given me has burned so bad. At this point, Abby and her first roommate and Dad are eating dinner.
We have no clue what's going on.
They're like a block over.
Jordan and Mom are hungry, so I'm miserable. I can't even swallow still. And after urgent care, they make me go sit so they can eat their dinner. And then, finally, I am not getting any better. The shot is not working, whatever it was supposed to do. They recommended Grandview Medical Center. And so we drive on over to the emergency room. Abby's back at her dorm. Me and Mom get taken back pretty immediately. They have to do
They know all kinds of
They
stuff.
do a CAT scan and something else, and they gave me a bunch of these medicines, and I eventually felt better a week or two later. It was not a fun experience.
It was just something,
Like some kind of like infection.
viral infection
Yeah.
in her throat. Not strep, not anything we had ever heard of in our life. I don't even know how she got it.
Wow.
So that was not fun.
Dad and Jordan's highlighted that was they got ice cream from the waiting room.
Yeah, they had like free ice cream in the waiting room, so they were just eating all these ice cream Snicker bars the whole time. Me and Mom were back there.
And Auburn's just trying to hang in for the weekend because it's Abby's birthday.
Yeah, it was Abby's birthday weekend.
We still went to the football game the next day. I said, I'm sorry your butt's bruised, but you're sitting on these real uncomfortable
Can't talk your butt
bleachers.
bruised.
Yeah, couldn't
Good
do
time.
anything, but that's fine.
Oh, wow.
So every
sister.
time we go back, they make a joke, and they're like, Auburn, there's your hospital.
It was nice.
It was a very nice hospital. So we tried not to have any hospital visits when we go down now.
Refrain, please.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Mom was just praying that the insurance carried over to the state of Alabama.
Please don't let me be out of network.
Absolutely not.
Y'all know what that's going to
I
cost
do.
me.
I sure do.
I'm like, Lord, I can't take it. What is this bill going to be?
For the throat blister.
Yeah, for this one throat blister that just had to work itself out.
And it was terrible.
It-
I would never
it was.
wish
She was-
that
she
pain
was
on anybody. It was
miserable.
terrible.
They'd given her something and it like wore off halfway the way home on Sunday. And she was like, gotta get home now. That was interesting.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Still don't know what it was,
It was
but
terrible.
oh well.
Okay, well, I can't thank y'all enough for doing this, seriously. Making time and sitting with us. Y'all are so fun to talk to.
It was fun.
It was very fun.
It was
Thank
fun,
you,
yes.
thank you. Okay, so thanks everyone for listening, and don't forget to follow us on our Instagram, YouTube, on Spotify, and Apple. Thanks.
Bye.